Alright guys, welcome back to Metroid Prime 2. Last time we met Metroid Prime 2, we fought the Alpha Blogg and got the, well, that was stupid of me. We got the gravity booster, and now we're actually just going to be continuing on into Dark Torvus for a little bit to get some Dark Temple keys, because I think we only have one of them right now, and well, we need 3 in order to get to the next boss. So yeah. I will say I think if I'm remembering right, a majority of this part will be dedicated to one boss battle, and that's because I forgot how to fight it. And it takes an embarrassingly long time to figure out how to fight it. But yeah. So I got nothing. I mean, still hasn't been any update on Metroid Prime 4. I'm still I'm convinced that since we're in August right now, it would be like, I know Nintendo doesn't hold Metroid in the same regard as like Zelda or Mario and stuff like that, so it wouldn't be getting updates as frequently as the likes of Zelda game coming out in the near future, or something like that. But like, I mean, because the last major Metroid game that came out before Prime 4 was Dread, and I remember like the weeks leading up to it, like they did some marketing for it, but like they weren't doing much marketing for months in advance. Oh, I'm not fighting it yet? Or is he not here? Oh, he's not here. Oh, this one. Okay, this one's kind of a pain in the ass. Well, the missile expansion is kind of a pain in the ass. So you can already kind of see the problem, right? You can barely tell where you're supposed to. You can't really tell where you're supposed to bomb jump so you can get to this. And I believe there is a missile expansion in here. I just can't find it. There it is. Yeah, I could barely find it. And you have to like find where you have to. There's specific spots you can bomb, but it's kind of hard to tell a little bit. I mean, there is the little bar in the no, not even then. That doesn't really help. It's kind of hard to tell, at least from the resolution I was looking at the screen with for when I was playing it, because I'm pretty sure I was squinting my eyes like, where the fuck am I supposed to go? Oh yeah, no, I have to. Oh no, this isn't. Yeah, no, this isn't it. I forgot what I have to do in order to. Oh no, they're just regular space pirates, not Dark Commandos. Okay, good. Honestly, I wouldn't have been surprised if they were Dark Commandos. Because, I mean, they've done that. They would do that, knowing. I don't think I realized what happened. Yep. Yeah, because for some reason, when you unlock the platform, for some reason, they'll still retract into the wall. I don't know why, but they just do. So I have to wait, and, you know, in an area without a light barrier. So that's cool. It's fine. At least we have the dark suit, so. And by the way, that's the game's justification on why you can't exit out of Lower Torvus in Dark Aether. Or, well, go into certain areas anyway in Dark Aether. They just use a bunch of ingworms to block you off from going into areas you weren't meant to go in Dark Aether. Which is, you know, unfortunate, but eh. Well, because I think there are certain areas that you just never go to in in a version of Dark Aether, if I were thinking right, especially in Torvus. Like, there's certain rooms that just don't have a Dark Aether version, if I'm thinking right. I think the Temple Grounds is another area that doesn't have a lot, that has certain areas not accessible. Yeah, but can you guess what upgrade we're about to get, judging from what those little things on the ceiling are? That's right, the power bombs! Hey, jackass, you are aware that just standing there is not helping you, considering that you are constantly losing health. You might want to get back in the light barrier. There we go. I really don't know what these enemies do besides hit you with their tentacles. Oh, I think I accidentally hit the light barrier. Like, I think I accidentally charged the light barrier. Yeah, I did, I could tell. Like, I honestly don't know what those enemies do besides, you know, hit you with the tentacles randomly. Oh, save her. But I mean, I'm hoping that they announce something related to Prime 4 in like the next month or so. I mean, we haven't had a Nintendo Direct in a while, but then again, I'm not one of those Nintendo fans that demand a Nintendo Direct every week or some shit, because I know there are some people who are like that, and I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't think you guys understand what a Nintendo Direct is for. But Gamescom is next month, if I remember right, and I don't remember. Does Nintendo do anything during that? I don't think they do. I mean, we just had like, I know E3 is not a thing anymore. They killed that off like what, 2 years ago. But I know Nintendo usually does like a big direct around that time to, you know, make up for it. They usually did, but you know, Gamescom is next week. Or not next week, next month at the time of report. Like, hold on, I gotta look it up now. Gamescom is August 20th to the 24th. Oh, and luckily Games Radar has an... Oh, God, they're... Why? Why is it bright white? Ah. I'm sorry. I know Xbox and Bethesda are gonna be there. Oh, my friend's going to be excited to hear that. Apparently, there's going to be a playable demo of Hollow Knight Silksong at Gamescom. But I know Xbox is the first broadcast, and then Bethesda's going to do theirs. I don't know if Nintendo... I don't remember if Nintendo does anything for Gamescom. I don't think they do. Like, I think usually what they do is if some sort of third-party game gets announced and it happens to be coming out on Switch 2, they just upload the trailer alongside with it. But, to my knowledge, I don't remember if Nintendo does anything for Gamescom. I genuinely don't remember. Alright, the Grapple Guardian. I forgot the strategy because, well, for one, I think it takes me like 10 minutes to figure it out because I'm a fucking idiot. And for 2, it's kind of vague if I remember right. So the solution here, pull up the guide once again. Grapple Guardian. Let's see here. The Grapple Guardian will have a bright eye and a soft spot on its tail for its weak points. As you can probably guess, you need to shoot the eye a few times to stagger it. And then quickly get behind it to the soft spot to damage it. A large pillar of light in the middle of the arena can be used as cover when it retaliates. After pulling off the combo, it will fire a beam of energy into a light pillar in the center of the room, absorbing energy and charging at you, causing some damage if you're too close. When covered in its energy, it'll take more hits to the eye to stagger it, and its stagger period becomes a lot shorter. The Grapple Guardian boss fight isn't particularly hard, but it's a bit finicky on what counts as a hit, as sometimes I read it wrong. The Grapple Guardian boss fight isn't particularly hard, it's just a bit finicky on what counts as a hit, because sometimes with its awkward hitbox around its eye. So yeah, so technically I have the right strategy. I know what I'm doing, because I know I have to get behind him. But the problem is well, the stagger window is way too short. Like, yeah, you see that? He staggered for, like, a second. And that's because he retaliates with the beam. But then, look at that. The stagger window is too short to, get behind him. Yeah, you're supposed to dash, but you saw that I was dashing. But remember what I said back in the Alpha Blogg fight, that for some reason doing consistent dashes causes Samus to not want to do it anymore. Like, I got a lucky hit there. I don't know why I'm bothering trying to use the super missiles, because it won't work. The other issue I'm having here is, for some reason, the Grapple Guardian, whenever he clearly hits the fucking beam, he doesn't get staggered, and because he's supposed to get trapped on the beam and then take a hit and, be staggered for a few seconds. But for some reason, he's not doing that, and I don't know what's causing it. Yeah, like, he's supposed to do that, but I guess if he's too close, it doesn't work. And also, if he's too far, he won't get staggered at all. And I don't know if the light and dark beams do anything to help you. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if the light beam did extra damage and I'm just not trying it because of, well, I can barely get behind him in the first place. Like, I'm getting a few lucky shots in, which is nice, but I'm not even trying the light beam, so at least I don't think I'm trying it right now. And there's technically 2 phases to the boss battle. You'll see it I think once I get his health halfway down, you'll see the second phase. But trust me on this, I don't die to the Grapple Guardian, I just take fucking forever. I don't know why I'm getting that close to him. I know he kind of looks like... The Grapple Guardian's supposed to look like the alpha version of the... Whatchamacallit, those knockoff Sheegoth from Prime 1. But, like... It doesn't look like that to me. It doesn't look like it. But it might be because of the horn with the grapple beam. And so it might be just that. Oh, I might be wrong on the second phase thing. No, I'm right. And you do have to scan it again. And I really do hope that I actually scanned it. Oh, now I try to use the light beam. So now, to finish it off, you have to damage its eye and get it staggered again. But this time, you can't use the grapple pillars to help keep it immobile. And then once it's done being staggered, which is for like 2 fucking seconds... it'll try to hit you with the grapple beam over and over again, and if it hits you, it'll do damage to you. And also, you gotta be careful, because, yeah, now he's much more aggressive. But, like, yeah, look at that. That's a short window. There's not much you can do with that. I think there's a point where you can tell I kind of get annoyed with a boss battle when I'm just mashing the A button just because I want something shot. Oh, I won. And I had to double check and make sure I scanned it, because sometimes I forget. I think I've been doing pretty good about not forgetting to scan boss battles, especially if it took me multiple tries, because there were a few that did take me multiple tries. Again, the Spider Guardian's a huge example. Well, actually, the Spider Guardian only took me 2 attempts, so, yeah. Oh, no demonstration this time? Usually... Oh, no, that was that was only Prime 1 where she actually demonstrated the ability. Actually, no, did she demonstrate the ability in Prime 3? I can't remember. Well, if it was a phase-on ability, she did in Prime 3. But in all the other... No, she demonstrated the abilities in... she demonstrates the abilities in almost every Metroid game. I mean, technically, she did demonstrate some of the abilities in this game so far. I just stepped right into the lava. She did demonstrate a couple of the abilities, but like in Prime 1, she would demonstrate the Morph Ball bombs, and in Prime, and then like, shortly, and then like you get the, like I think she didn't demonstrate the beam weapons, if I remember right. She demonstrated them here, but really all she did was just fire off one shot of like the light and dark beam. Wasting ammo. Damn it, Samus. And then, but like, I know, I think in the Prime series they're pretty inconsistent on demonstrating the abilities. I know they don't in the older games, like Prime 1, like in Zero Mission and, well, obviously Metroid 1 and 2. I think she demonstrates the abilities in Samus Returns. I don't remember. I haven't played Samus Returns in a while. I need to replay it. If they ever port it to Switch. Yeah, they won't. I doubt they will anytime soon. Yeah, you know what? I say that, and then they fucking do it. It's like, I say that shit, and then suddenly they're gonna fucking announce that shit, and then I'm just gonna be like, well, fuck. I mean, um, other M, other M technically kind of did with the little panel, like when Samus got authorized to use an upgrade. In Other M, the game would show you like what part of the suit it was using in order to activate it, but it didn't actively demonstrate it for you. I don't think Dread did, for the most part. No, Dread didn't. With a few exceptions, mind you. Like, I think the Aeon abilities she demonstrated in Dread, if I remember right. Or, no, not even. I know I don't think they demonstrated the Aeon abilities, unless you inherently got them from the boss fight, then the boss fight that you were fighting to get it demonstrated it for you, but it was pretty clear. I know Prime 1 did at least demonstrate the bombs, and I believe the power bombs. Yeah, it did do the power bombs. I remember that. Super Metroid, I know, didn't demonstrate shit. Oh, what the hell was that? Something sent me flying. It might be one of the blogs down there. But obviously, by the way, the grapple beam allows you to grapple to points like that. All you have to do is just press the L button when pointing at it, and then you just lock on essentially, and then Samus will grapple towards it. Honestly, Prime 2 and Prime 1's grapple beam is pretty simple. It's not until Prime 3 where the grapple beam is utilized a lot more, and I mean a lot more, mainly because you have to, like... And that's because they used motion controls for that shit. You know, you had to rip off panels, and then rip off shields for enemies and shit like that. So I actually am very curious what they're going to do with the grapple beam in Prime 4. If it is in Prime 4, mind you. I'm sure it will be. That, or they'll somehow use the psychic abilities to replace it. I see them doing that. Excuse me. I see them replacing Samus's new psychic abilities in Prime 4, which I'm very curious about, are probably going to end up somehow replacing them. I don't know how certain upgrades. Like, I would say something like the... I would say the grapple beam is probably going to be the first one to get replaced. I mean, it's not really useful outside of, you know, swinging off of grapple points. That's the only use you have for it. I mean, yeah, it's mandatory for that, but I don't see the... I mean, I don't remember using it a lot in Prime 3 for combat. I don't... Like, I know there were times where enemies had shields in Prime 3, but I don't remember ever ripping them off. What I probably did was go into hyper mode and beat the shit out of them. That's probably what I did instead. And as a result, I never had to use it. Because, like, once you learned about hyper mode, that was the I win button. I'm probably not going to use hyper... I don't know yet. I know that I want to do the Prime 3 Let's Play sometime soon, especially if Prime 4 does get a release date. Like, if it is sometime this year, I'll probably end up doing Prime 3. I know I do want to do a Prime 4 Let's Play as soon as possible. It'll probably be blind if that's the case, but I typically don't do blind Let's Plays, so I don't know yet. I haven't decided. but I do want to do Prime 3 eventually. I do actually have a copy of Prime 3 that isn't part of the Prime trilogy. Like, I just have an original copy of Prime 3. Do we have all 3 of the Dark Temple keys, or? Oh, no, not yet. They were usually a prompt saying, hey, dumbass, you got all 3 keys. Go fight the boss. But, I'm trying to remember. I was trying to remember what I'm saying. I mean, I know the next Metroid game I want to do, if it isn't a Prime game, is probably either Super Metroid or Metroid 2 in some way. And I'm going to be honest here, I'm leaning towards doing AM2R. But then again, the Nintendo gods might smite me if I do that. I don't want to do the original Metroid 2. That's just not gonna happen. Like, same thing with original Metroid 1. That ain't happening anytime soon. I already did Zero Mission, so for one, but that's why I kind of want them to port it over to Switch. I mean, if I ever do get a 3DS capture card, which I'm pretty sure I can probably find on Amazon, but I'm just too lazy and a little broke. I might start trying to do 3DS games, because I do kind of, there's some Let's Plays on the 3DS I want to do, like Fire Emblem Awakening, Fire Emblem Fates, the 3DS version, a couple DS Sonic games I want to do, like Sonic Rush Adventure. I wouldn't be opposed to doing a Pokemon Let's Play, especially one from like Gen 1 to 5. Mainly like Gen 5, because Gen 5 is my favorite. Sorry, all you other Gen fans, but Gen 5, and I mean both parts of Gen 5, by the way. That's just my favorite. I like 5. I also wouldn't be opposed, I would like to do a Super Mario 3D Land Let's Play. But again, I don't know. I'd have to get a 3DS capture card, and I have no idea how much those are. Well, actually, it's a little thing called going to Amazon now and looking it up. Before you say emulate it, shut up. Let's go shopping tab. Huh. Okay, well, oh shit, I didn't realize I was at the part. Fuck, okay. Sorry about that. I was looking at 3DS capture cards. I'm not seeing anything, but I'll have to look into that another time. But the next time we meet in Metroid Prime 2, I have no idea. I think we're going to get the last Dark Temple key. I don't know yet, because that won't be for a week from now, because I am actually changing the Let's Play schedule again. I'm actually going to be doing a different Let's Play on Sundays. I'm just going to try to make it a little, and this is mainly because I'm trying to make it a little bit easier on myself in terms of recording for Saturdays and Sundays, since I do work Saturdays and Sundays, and those are the starts of my work week. So I thought maybe it'd be a little easier if I just tried a different Let's Play on Sundays that I pre-recorded and just had to worry about just uploading it. So, I don't have to worry about having to record a part for 2 days in a row, because I can do that. I can record a part, a day in advance for Persona 3 Reload, but I don't think you guys give a shit. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time for Metroid Prime 2, and take care.